World War III is about to happen. What do you need to do? When it comes to all the talk out there as far as World War III, economic collapse, etc., even aliens, last year I was pretty sure we were going to have alien encounters for at least 3 days, given how stupid the government was communicating things. I was pretty certain, based upon what they were giving out, that we had some aliens. But given all that's fact, what do you need to do to prepare yourself for the unknown, let's call it, or to be a little more comfortable during the unknown? Now, during the COVID pandemic and when everyone was locked in their houses for a little while, I came to the conclusion that what I thought was a capable, efficient, good amount of things to have, I realized that really wasn't. So I realized some things, changed some things up as far as the way I'm doing things with our pantry, etc. And it really can work for any situation for the most part. World War III, obviously, you might be stuck in your house for a while. You're going to need to have things. You're not going to be able to go to the grocery store. Economic collapse, things are going to be super expensive. You might not be able to go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of stuff. But at the moment, alien invasion, you might be stuck in your house for a little while. But at the moment, while things might be a little more expensive, I'd almost say they're about half as expensive as they used to be, or half more expensive than they used to be. I would say this is probably a time where you should look at certain things, pay attention, and make a plan and execute that plan, because there's a lot of things that just aren't in your control. I mean, they're not in our control, but we have to kind of live our lives based upon trying to think about what could happen, not freaking out about it, preparing yourself, and then moving on with your life. I like to set it and forget it. I don't like to spaz out over things that I can't control, but I like to have something in place so I can set it, forget it, and move on with my life. This is kind of what we do. So start out just talking about food in general. I got all kinds of different broths. We got turkey broth because Thanksgiving's coming up. Got to make some turkey gravy. We got beef broth, a bunch of chicken stock down here. I do like to buy the bone broth if I can because it's super nutritious by itself. Green chilies, carrots, and all that stuff. Canned chicken. And then over here we have salsa, cream of chicken, tomato soup, enchilada sauce, black beans, cream of celery, tuna. There's a certain amount that we keep, and then we use this stuff all the time. Maybe not the cream of chicken and cream of mushroom and cream of celery. We use that every so often with recipes when we're lazy. But we use stuff, we replenish it. So we always have a certain amount that's always in stock at the our pantry shopping store. Down here we got pineapples, pineapple slices, and some nacho cheese, some sort of soups, adobo sauce, stuff like that we can use to make things. Over here on this side we got a whole bunch of, these are backpacking meals that are for backpacking. They're not actually being used for long-time storage, but mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, relish, bunch of stuff that's in glass that is maple syrup, vinegars, olive oils, etc. Pasta sauce that you can just throw your noodles in, cook them, throw the pasta sauce on, and eat it. So we have a certain stockpile we like to keep of things and just replenish, like I said. Over here we got buttermilk, canned butter, rice that's in plastic, some seasoning. We like tikka masala. So you can actually just put this in rice and it tastes really great if you don't have any chicken. Or you can add the chicken from the can into that. We got some dog food that's up here. We don't touch that dog food. Down here we got 25-year shelf life, number 10 cans of things. These never get touched. Just buy one a month, and after a while you get what you need and you're done. I got maybe 10 of those of different things. And then this is just basic stuff. We have a whole stockpile of sugar, pasta, mac and cheese, salt and pepper, oatmeal. If you have a stockpile of things and then you just replenish it, it's super easy to keep up with it. You're like, hey, we got 3 of these left, now we're gonna go buy some. It doesn't have to be a ton of room. You just have to think through that you want to have your own grocery store at home for most of this stuff, and then just replenish it. Over here we got some milk powder. That's from Denmark, I think. Heavy cream. We take a bunch of mac and cheese, put it in the ball jars. Lasts so much longer when you do that. And on top of that, if I can get this to stay there, On top of that, we got some milk here, bunch of apple juice. You know, we got a stock of apple juice because juices go up in price. And then some waters that are like quick access waters. So having your own store at home is super helpful for many reasons. So with all the unknowns out there, I think you're moving in a time where you need to be a little more self-sufficient. You know, you're gonna have some things at your house, if you haven't learned already from when we, you know, back in 2020 or whatever, and what happened during that time, and what the actual feeling is of walking into the grocery store and nothing being on the shelves, or there's like, you know, a whole aisle of stuff that's not on the shelves. I know I remember that, and as you know, a parent, you just don't feel that great. Like you can't even provide for your family by going to the grocery store like you normally do. So even though we had stuff here, I felt better having a little bit more of a stockpile at home.